This conference will now be recorded.
Today, we are very fortunate. We have two great people joining us. Karen Ross with Norwegian Cruise Line, who will be sharing first a little about Norwegian Cruise Line and what makes them unique. But of course, she's going to be taking on some journey through South America and Antarctica, a first for Norwegian Cruise Line. We also have joining us, but probably won't be online, is Marianne. We have a group for the end of for the beginning of 2022 that's going to be sailing from Buenos Aires to Deception Island, all the way to the bottom of South America, and which we'll be talking about today. And she'll share the specials that we can offer you for that specific cruise. So, Karen, if you want to go to the next slide.
Actually, Melinda, I think you have a window open that is preventing my screen from being shared. It keeps giving me a message that something like there's another window open. So give me one moment, please, to try to see if I can see why it's not sharing the screen. So excuse me for 1 second.
Well, while we're waiting for Karen, let me hide everyone. While we're waiting for Karen to get her PowerPoint, her presentation back up, I would like to share a little bit about Travel Central. Travel Central has been in business since 1988. Let's see if we can make this work. Okay, great. So we are now on slide 2, so that's a good news story. So Travel Central has been in business since 1988. We offer our expertise, our resources from your planning process, from when you first ready to book a trip, all the way to the time you return home. On average, our agents have about 15 years of experience in the travel industry, helping clients throughout the entire world. Not only will the experience you have on vacation be enhanced, we'll have amenities and exclusives, but the planning process will be a lot less stressful. So just so you know, we do have a questions box. So if you see the chat box, if you have questions, please put your questions in that chat box. We'll answer them if I know the answer right away as we go along. If you don't, then we'll answer them at the end. We do ask everyone to stay on mute so you don't interrupt the presentation. And with that, now I'm going to turn it over to Karen, who is first going to talk about NCL and then about all the way from Buenos Aires to Ushuaia, Argentina. So Karen, if you want to go ahead and take it over.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Melinda. I appreciate it. And I apologize for technical difficulties. As I think by now we all know after all this time that these online meeting venues are not always our friends. So I apologize to that. As Melinda said, my name is Karen Ross. I am actually the local sales manager for Norwegian Cruise Line. I've been with NCL for over 15 years. And I hope that I entice you a little bit to book a cabin with Travel Central to Antarctica and South America, because it's probably one of the most incredible places that you can visit. And I apologize, but it is not letting me forward again. So just give me 1 second, please. I am so sorry. Okay.
Oh, while we waited for Karen
And
again.
here we go.
Oh, there we go. Fantastic.
Yes, I'm sorry. There's something on my laptop that keeps causing it to hiccup, and I can't seem to close the window, so I apologize for that. So moving on, just the agenda, you can see that I'll be talking a little bit about NCL's fleet, why NCL really is the best choice as a cruise option, the South America itinerary, and then of course some of the promotions that we have going on that should make it a really attractive vacation to Antarctica. So as you can see, our cruise line, we have 17 ships in our fleet at this time. We just recently announced that we have a new ship coming out in August of 2022, which is the Norwegian Prima. Our ships are pretty well known because of those pretty beautiful holes that are painted across the front of the ships. The oldest ship in our fleet, the Norwegian Spirit, was just recently refurbished, and then the newest ship that we have in the fleet was introduced in 2019. So we have a wide variety of ships, as you'll see when I speak a little bit more about the Norwegian Star, which is the ship that'll be doing this itinerary. Our ships vary in size all the way from 2,000 passengers all the way up to 4,000. So lots to offer, even from the smallest ships to the largest ships, there's quite a variety. One of the main things that really helps Norwegian Cruise Line stand out versus some of our competitors is the freestyle experience, and the fact that when you come on board our ships, we really give you the option to choose where you want to dine, who you want to dine with. There really is an activity and an experience on board for everyone. I'll speak a little bit more about the dining, but just to give you an idea, across all of our ships, we have anywhere from 10 restaurants all the way up to 29. So there's lots of dining options, lots of entertainment and activity options as well. When it comes to dining, we really feel like there are more choices than days in the week. We have complimentary dining options as well as specialty dining options, such as you can see here in the picture, teppanyaki, French restaurant, Italian restaurant. We do barbecue, Tex-Mex, so we have quite a variety. Across all of our fleet, we now have added Starbucks across all the ships, and then we have, of course, Coco's, which is our dessert menu. So lots of different dining options, lots of variety. In terms of activities, all the ships have different levels of activities. As you can see in this image, for some of our Alaska ships, we have a racetrack up at the top deck, laser tag, Galaxy Pavilion is our virtual reality experience. Of course, all the ships have spas as well. On the Norwegian Star is no exception. That ship has a beautiful spa area, pools, and of course a kids program as well that we offer across the fleet. Our entertainment is one of the things that we are very well known for. Hopefully, maybe a couple of you have sailed with us in the past and are real familiar with our award-winning Broadway shows. For example, on the Norwegian Bliss, we have the full Broadway production of Jersey Boys. We also have the full Broadway production of Footloose. We're offering on one of the other ships, Kinky Boots. So it's quite a variety. It's really something for everyone. We have bars and lounges across all the fleet, and then of course casinos on every ship as well. In terms of our accommodations, we offer a wide variety of stateroom options. So even within this group, if you'd like just a standard ocean view and inside, that is absolutely available. If you're really looking for a balcony, which is obviously what I would always recommend on an itinerary like this, so that you have the opportunity to see all of that beautiful landscape. And then we also have suites and penthouses. On the Norwegian Star specifically, we have a beautiful garden villa area, which I will show you in a second. This gives you an idea of some of the other accommodations that are offered on board. In terms of suites, as I was saying, on the Norwegian Star, we have accommodations similar to these that you see on her sister ship of the Dawn, but the 3-bedroom garden villa, for example, is 6,000 square feet. Then we have several different types of family and owner suites that are available, and of course, forward-facing penthouse staterooms as well. In terms of our fleet, as I mentioned, we have ships that were built in the late 90s all the way up to recently. And just to remind you, we did do a huge investment in upgrading all of our ships. As you can see here, for example, in the before and after images, what the drastic change was. And we invested over $500 million in upgrading all of our ships, including the Norwegian Star, who had a complete makeover in 2018. So you can see here just a little bit of detail on that ship to give you an idea of the accommodation. She has about a 2,300 passenger capacity. She has 6 dining options for which there's no additional cost, plus 4 specialty restaurants, so 10 restaurants on board her. And then one of the things that we added on when the ship was refurbished in 2018 was an adults-only area called Spice H2O, and it has a private pool, hot tubs, full bar. It's an adults only space. Truly, probably if you're on a South America itinerary, I don't think you have to worry about a bunch of kids running around. So I think you'll be good there anyway, but it's definitely a wonderful place to kind of get away from all the noise that might be on other parts of the ship. In terms of the itinerary, for me personally, South America is probably one of the most beautiful regions that you can visit. This specific itinerary is a 14-day Antarctica and South America from Buenos Aires in Argentina. You can see here that through the 14-day itinerary, there's about 7 ports of call. If you include Elephant Island and Deception Island as one, because those are the two destinations that you sail by where you're going to be the closest to Antarctica. So in terms of why book this 2022 Antarctica cruise now, I just want to remind you all that obviously cruising to Antarctica is a very short season. And so we really only are offering about 2 sailings in January. This will be your one opportunity to see this beautiful landscape. Tourism is very limited, and so the only way to visit really is on a cruise ship, and so you can take advantage by booking into this group. And the offer that Travel Central is offering, it really gives you the best pricing with the best added on amenities. So it's an absolutely wonderful opportunity to take advantage of some great promotions. But this specific itinerary will begin in Buenos Aires in Argentina, and I just picked some really cool images of the city. If any of you have ever visited there, you probably already know this, but it's a very cosmopolitan city. It's beautiful. It's probably one of my most favorite places to visit in South America. You can see here the Port of Buenos Aires, one of the neighborhoods that's very famous there, obviously, for the look of all the buildings, La Boca neighborhood, and of course, what Argentina is most known for, right? The tango. It's a beautiful, beautiful city where you can definitely fill up on lots of great scenery and food. Another stop then in Argentina will be Puerto Madryn, which is a coastal city on the northern coast of Patagonia. And you can see that, that whales breed there from May to December. There's some beautiful landscape and scenery that can be seen. Obviously, what you will notice as a very main concept throughout this entire itinerary is the fact that if you love penguins and you love wildlife, this is the itinerary for you. Right now, Puerto Madryn it's not a super huge city, but you can see from the landscapes that I included in this slide, there are some beautiful ones, especially the coast. And then when you move on to Punta Arenas in Chile, you can see that this is a gateway to Antarctica and a central base for travelers that I apologize for that. And you can also see some really cool replicas. Some of the excursions that we offer specifically in Chile, you can see that there's a national park, the Strait of Magellan, which is very popular for kayaking, and then of course the Penguin Reserve. And again, you will notice as I continue to speak about this itinerary, penguins are very popular. Oops, there we go. As we come around to cruise Elephant Island and Deception Island, this is about the closest that you're going to be to Antarctica. It's about 150 miles off the coast. And really, this area has earned its name because of the seals that populate the island and the fact that it's shaped like an elephant head, which obviously is very appropriate for the name that the island was given. And then Deception Island itself is an amazing destination. It's a wildlife lover's paradise. And you can see that there's here again, some really cool wildlife that you can experience. Stanley Falkland Islands is another stop that I think when people do this itinerary, this is one of the rare instances where they can visit this amazing place. It has a quaint little town with a cathedral, English pubs, and one of the things obviously that it's most known for, as you can see, one of the excursions we offer is the fact that you can spend a day at the beach with royalty, which again, lots of penguins, and then an opportunity to visit a 6th generation sheep farm. So it really is an incredible island with obviously lots of history with all that has transpired there. So it's a wonderful opportunity to visit as well. Punta del Este, Uruguay, I feel like Uruguay is really a country that is underappreciated. It's probably one of the most beautiful places that you can visit in South America. It is not big by any means. You can see that the city itself, it has a very limited population, but it is referred to as the Pearl of the Atlantic. It's beautiful. Within South America, people from Chile and Argentina always vacation there during the summer months. It really is amazing, and I thought some of the beach scenes like they show here with the statues, the fingers of Punta del Este, I thought that would be a really cool image and might entice you to want to visit this beautiful place. And you can see that, again, it's because of its beauty, you can visit it by bike. It is a very small city. It may not be as popular in terms of its wine, but it does have, within South America, it's very well known for its vineyards. I also want to make sure and point out, I know that it doesn't necessarily apply for this sailing, but we do have our health and safety standards. So we are doing the utmost to make sure that you're safe when you come on board ships, with vaccines being required right now only through October 31st. So if there is any change to that policy, obviously we will make sure and let you know, but it wouldn't necessarily right now apply to your specific sailing.
So Marion's not online, but Marion does work with Travel Central. She's been with us for over 20 years, but she's been in the business for 30 years. She has hosted lots of trips and on NCL, and loves to cruise and loves to travel. So she'll be joining this trip in January of 2022. And so now Karen will tell you about the specifics of the trip.
Yes, thank you, Melinda. I appreciate that. I am trying to forward my little slide. So I just want to make sure and let you all know about this wonderful opportunity with Travel Central to book inside of the group that they have currently space for this sailing from January 30th to February 13th of 2022. I just want to make sure that you're aware of the pricing that's being offered. You can see here that Ocean View staterooms will start at about $22,708 per person, with the balcony starting just slightly higher. Of course, in terms of the suites that I discussed earlier, those are definitely available upon request, and they can definitely quote those out for you. You can also see what the cabin rates include. They're based obviously on double occupancy, and then all the pricing includes taxes and fees. There are definitely air options. We have a great air promotion that we can definitely get quoted out to you through Travel Central. So make sure and ask Marion to quote the air for you, because I can guarantee you that the air offered through Norwegian is going to be quite competitive to anything that you would be able to get on your own. And then there are some extra amenities that are added in as part of the group, and that's one of the great things about being able to book through an agency like Travel Central, because they already have these great amenities that are added on along with the really competitive pricing that they're offering. So you can choose between, you can see there Group A or Group B, where you get these either the drink package or a dining package, shore excursion credit, or you can also pick maybe the drink and dining package isn't something you're necessarily interested in. And so there definitely is an option where you can get an extra shore excursion credit, a Wi-Fi package, a photo package, and then an extra onboard credit. So obviously there's some details in terms of the beverage and dining package where we do charge the gratuity or the service charge in advance when you book these packages. So I'm sure that Marion can explain that in much more detail, but I at least wanted to point it out and make sure that you're aware of that fact. And then we also have a program called Cruise First. So if at any time you're interested in saving an additional $300 toward the cruise fare, you can buy a Cruise First certificate for $150, and it gives you a $300 discount toward your cruise. This is something that's absolutely combinable with all the pricing that I mentioned in the previous slide. So definitely, if this is something that you might be interested in, make sure that you reach out to Marion so she can further explain the program, and she can definitely get that purchased for you and have it added and discounted off that cruise fare. Also, as part of this evening's webinar, I also have this great offer that I'm excited to be able to extend to you all. So if you book by Friday of this week, and deposit on your cruise, and you book Ocean View stateroom, I'll be extending a $50 onboard credit plus a bottle of wine. And if you book a balcony or above stateroom, then I'll extend a $100 onboard credit, a bottle of wine plus chocolate covered strawberries. So I'm really excited to be able to offer that to Travel Central for Marion to really bring on some additional guests into her group. I'm excited for her.
Well, thank you, Karen. I think it's a great itinerary. I think it would be a fantastic cruise, and it offers so many amenities. Plus, you get to go to all those great destinations and see them. South America is one of my favorite countries. I've almost been to every country in South America that actually is safe or allows us in, and I'm going back hopefully at the end of this year. But anyway, 2021 has become a very interesting year, and it keeps changing, and we're loving it because the majority of the change is a positive change. We're moving forward, we're booking travel, and we're doing different. We're learning all kinds of new restrictions or non-restrictions or PCR tests, but that's what we're here for. Travel Central is your resource. We have access to the information you need once you book travel with us to make sure that you have the information to go on your vacation on a safe and good and easy manner. So I do think 2021 is definitely a unique year, and we hope that you'll consider booking with Travel Central. And then next week, we'll, as everyone who participated fully, you know that we offer all kinds of great virtual travel experiences. The total goal is to at least pique your interest, see what's at the destination, and hope you might be interested in going. A couple coming up, as you can see, is South Africa, Rambla, which is an every 10-year event, but has been moved to 2022. So a very unique event in Germany. And of course, North America's national parks are some of the most popular places that people are traveling to this year and next. And with that, I would just like to say thank you. We're glad that you could join us. Again, our contact information is here. We will be sending out an email with the information that we presented today, as well as a recording of the actual presentation. So thank you for joining us. I don't see any questions in the box. So with that, I am going to go ahead and say goodbye.
Thank you. Take care.